Hi there, Ness. So I know that you're requesting for the analytics for your website and also your Google business profile. So I'll go ahead and give you a run through. I'm not sure if it's going to be quick, but just forgive me for the background noise. I'm feeding my daughter, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I get this done and show you the performance of your website. Um, so I have a 6 month comparison, 3 month, and 28 days, but I'm gonna go over mainly um, the 6 month over month because it has you've in the last I'm not sure when we launched it. I think this was February 15th that we actually created your well we optimized it first. um oh no, I'm sorry, we actually did the measure first to check and see what comes up uh from your website and then optimized it from there. So just to let you know that this is, of course, I'm gonna go through from left to right. These are the keywords, the top queries, which means, people looked or searched using these keywords. Um, and some of these are recommendation of Google's. So if, for example, someone's typing decoding, the behavior summit comes up and then they click onto it. So this is what's that is for, right? So, and then last 6 months clicks. So the this 6 months basically people clicking onto your website from this particular keyword, and then the 6 months prior to this last 6 months. So basically, it's January, February. We didn't start until February, so this one is saying, from June or July to December. So the impression just means that if someone searches using Ness Jones separation anxiety, then your website appears, and this is, the highest in the last 6 months. The highest impression that you've gotten from is from your own name, which is good, right? Because you are being searched using your last name. So that's a great thing. Dog separation anxiety training, you came up, the impression, total impression just means that, they saw your website, a unique, well, we can tell that if it's unique view, if it's the same person or not, but it's 144 in the last 6 months for this keyword, and so on and so forth. So these are the keywords that not in particular month, but it can be one month you can be showing up for this keyword. 1 month, you might not be showing up for those, and the only way to be able to do that is do the, like I said before, like optimizing it each month, um, and of course, adding more. And then prior to 6 months, you didn't have any is what showing up, right? Because we weren't able to measure that. So if we look at the click-through rate, the highest click-through rate that you got is coming from the keyword Ness Jones separation anxiety, Ness Jones dog trainer. So all of your traction is coming from mostly, your own, using your own name. Of course, we can um we have a good area of opportunity for the other keywords, right? But right now we don't have any optimization. I mean, we optimized your website, but we have to have an on and off page optimization, and that's each month. And then the click-through rate prior to that, of course, there's none. And then the position that you have, so you are coming up, ranked number one when someone searches, you're showing up right away in the number one. Let's see where else you're showing up number one. Local guide program, Jet Cairn dog, so you already know what that is. You're able to search that. Jones Terrier Cross, 5-year number 5 spot in dogs decoded in-home dog training. SAPBT. I don't know what that is. And then Dr. Edward Bassingwaite. You're showing up number 6 on there. Not sure if you're familiar with him. Decoding Your Canine Summit. You're showing up number 7, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to give you this link for you to see and browse through all the keywords that you are potentially, gonna be showing up for if, for example, you did do the on and off page optimization. All right, so the top pages that people are visiting will be your main page, your home page. We did that, optimization for that. Next will be your About Us. So people are looking first in your homepage before, well, not before. We can't tell the sequence, but most likely we are utilizing your homepage and a lot of your marketing material. So I would suggest, I would say that, I would assume that it's coming from your homepage, but they visit the home. A lot of them are visiting the about page as well. So these are the clicks that you're getting a lot of clicks from this one, right? So the impression, top 2 is your about page, top 1 is um your main page, your home page. All right, and then we're gonna go to countries. Your top 1 audience will be United States. Next will be Australia. So I know that you're talking about, your how do you say this? Your audience is coming from Europe. You can see that your audience are mainly coming from US, Australia, and a little bit from UK. Um, I can't, I mean, I would take advantage of this because it's the statistics that's really showing, right? So you have some in UK, but you know, really showing up for these countries will help you get more audience. And what else? Position. Let's see where you are showing up. Number 1 for which country? Or for the position of the keywords. Let me just click onto this. And see. Iceland, you're number 1. Oh, position, yeah. It's your position in the keyword. Yeah, but there's not a lot of searches for them, right? So 132 Australia, you're coming up, you know, high up there. And United States, you're 18 when it comes to position as a whole. So if you take the average of all the positions here for all the keywords, you are averaging, 18.71 in the United States, which is, looking still good, right? All right, so next will be, well, devices. A lot of them are using desktop or mobile is the next, and not almost none for tablet. And this just means that they have a little bit more, they search you more in desktop, so it's just the usability that we're talking about here. All right, so this is your graph for comparing it to 6 months prior and starting February 15 onwards, you have 2,500 total impression. So if someone searches again for one keyword, you're showing up for that. Your website is showing up in that result. And just to um, make sure that you understand it, Ness Jones. Right? So if we search this and see we see this right away, it means you're in number one. You're ranked number one, right? So that's what it means. If you show up and someone's scrolling, that's impression. Um, so that's a 3 month comparison. And then you had 427 clicks from your organic. It means they clicked onto your website. Whether they called or whether, that part right there is, what we have to calibrate if you do want to move forward with month over month on-site and off-site optimization, because then we'll be able to know how many are you converting or are you not. Because even if they click onto your website, if they're not taking action, then there's something that we need to do in order for us to increase that. All right, so next will be this is the 28-day comparison. We're gonna go to your Google Business profile, the local Google that I talked to you the last time. So you have good visibility locally. You had one call in March, one call in April using the Google Business profile. Again, we did not, I did the 1 month for you, like the optimization, but I did not, it was just 1 month. So the more you optimize it, the more you'll get calls locally. And just seeing here, right? I know that you're in Australia, just seeing here, the queries are again number one US, number two is Australia. So I would leverage that, take advantage of it, because you'll get more calls if this gets optimized or if we do the on page or off page optimization. Next, website clicks will be, just people clicking onto your website. Ever since we did it, we increased our optimization there. Or we increased the traction. So it's just continuous, right? Um, so I mean, you have had your website for a while, but you can see how when we did the optimization, it gave you a boost in visibility. All right, keyword queries. These are the queries. This is separate from your website, but when someone types in decode, they're seeing your information, your website. So not a lot for the other keywords, but the biggest thing that you have is decode, then Ness Jones. You have 17, it's the same impression. And again, this is for your Google Business profile. Um, what was I gonna say? So for this month, month over month, we drop down our keywords that we are showing up for, drop down just because, of course, we are not really doing an on and off-site optimization. You have competitions who are taking advantage of their SEO, and it's a consistent each and every single month until you really have established, people visiting your website, day in and day out. Then, sometimes you don't even have to do that. People already know you, like people already visit you. So it's a standalone. But right now, coming from the number this much keywords,